Season 1 finale coming up. Make sure to hit the like, make sure to hit the subscribe, and also make sure to catch the interviews coming up with Chelsea and Devin. FreeMe TV, man. I got your back.
Control, this is Agent Ogren. I need a request to open up cell 311.
FreeMe Podcast.
Welcome back, y'all, man, for the last installment of Prisoner of Love Breakdown here on FreeMe TV, man. Where we keep it real, we keep it honest, man. We keep it pimping. We keep it convict. If you're a convict, you know what I'm talking about. Listen, man, so we cut to the opening scene, right? We cut to the opening scene with Chelsea and her little side gig, and she is talking about how Michael, since he's gotten out, has been very unresponsive and kind of just went on and done his own thing. And she's still confused about something. I have no idea what. It's what they say when you got blinders on. You know what I mean? So we cut to Michael going to the restaurant with his two homies. You know what I mean? And one of them is female, and he's saying, this is his workout partner, yada, 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 whatever. So as they're sitting there at the table, you know me, right, Mr. Observant, seeing all, I notice a lot of eye contact in between this girl and Michael. And Michael seems very comfortable in looking in her eyes as he's talking about his relationship with Chelsea. So I think they may be a workout partner, but I think it's a different kind of workout. You dig what I'm saying? So Michael's one friend, right, when Michael's explaining about how he needs to be for Chelsea, right? Now peep the game now. That he needs to be for Chelsea and that Chelsea was there for him and he's trying to, be everything for Chelsea, blah, blah, blah. And what kind of friends does Michael have around him? Man, you need to look out for you first. Okay. What does the girl pipe in? I second that emotion as she's looking him right in his eyes. Man, cut it out. Stop it, man. So now we come back to Bryce, right? Bryce is finding him an engagement ring. He goes in and he finds, man, a damn nice ring. 2,250 stones he's finna drop on this thing. Yeah, Alondra, tighten your game up. So in this process, Bryce starts breaking down, something that's very, very important. He's asked if he's starting to get cold feet. Now, again, I've already shared in a prior episode about the pressure that's on him and how he's feeling like he can't keep up with society. And a lot of times that will push you back into your old way of life. Well, Bryce's old way of life was drug dealing. And he gives a quick example of how he can just go flip some drugs real quick and then come in tomorrow and buy this ring, no problem. But that's not the route that he wants to go. But, he said that selling drugs is like a drug itself, that it can become an addiction because of the fast money. And you do get lost in that. So my advice to Bryce is this. Bryce, I was a drug dealer, and I know exactly what it is that you were talking about. I went to prison for drugs, right? So amongst that, there was many conversations about whether I would ever go back to selling drugs or not. And my answer is a firm no. And it's not because I don't want to go back to prison. It's not because, of any other reason that you could imagine other than the fact that I don't want to be part of selling poison to families anymore. I don't want to be part of destroying families. I was part of an agenda, and I didn't want to be that anymore. I understand the agenda. And that is what my show is about, to try to erase the stigma. So when you understand that, right, and that, even that's still secondary. First off is you're destroying families. You are fueling America's issue. And if you want your spirit and your soul tied to that, then you always have in the back of your mind, man, I can get this ring tomorrow. But if you don't want your soul tied to that, you know what I mean? And you want to be a productive citizen to humanity and try to help humanity grow, then you know that you'll never be part of selling poison to people again. So now Chelsea's on a Zoom call with Jonathan, her friend, and she's somber, man. She's hurt, and this is the thing about manipulation and being used is, that first step is in the back of your mind. You know you're being used, but you just don't want to admit it. And you just try everything that you can try to do to make it work because you're just denying to yourself that you were used. And I think this is the case with Chelsea. Everybody's giving her the right answers. Jonathan's telling her the right things. And she's just ignoring what's in front of her because I don't think she just wants to admit that. Come here, Chelsea. Come here. Bring it in. Come here. Bring it in. Bring it in, Chelsea. Come here. Come here. I got you. Come here. I'll give you a hug. I'll give you a hug. Come here. Chelsea, come. Chelsea. We cut outside to the basketball court with Dexter and Bray. And Dad is just telling his son that he's got to go meet Yolanda, man, and just see for himself, what it is in the flesh. It's okay, emails, texts, and things of that nature, but you got to see the flesh, and I can dig that. I can actually, relate to that. So, they're going back and forth, and then we find out that Bray, right, is now talking to Cynthia. Just when you think you're out. Just when you think you're out. Just when you think you're out. They pull you back in. So yeah, man, Bray's talking to Cynthia, the first chick that when he was going down through the profiles and he found Arlette and he wanted to go for the crazy wild one. But no, he went back, a little cooler chick. A little calmer. She seems alright. They show little cutscenes with them talking, all this mushy crap and bucket list crap and all this crap. So they seem to be doing alright. Bray, if you need somebody to talk to, man, check me out. So Bryce got the ring, and now Alundra's in there with her fine ass friend. So we cut back. Bryce got the ring. Now Alundra's in there getting her wedding dress, and they're going dress shopping, So they're going and man, Alundra picked out a beautiful dress for real. Like she looks banging in the dress, man. That was a really, really nice choice for her. Cut back, Dexter's now in the hotel room or some room, and he's trying to contact Yolanda, and Yolanda didn't show up for the call. So he called Chelsea, and Chelsea says she's going to do some digging and try to find out what's going on. What the scoop is, man. What's going on? Is she ghosting him? What's going on? Chelsea, find out, man. Let us know. So we make it to the scene, right? We make it to the scene where Chelsea meets Michael. She's setting up for the meeting, and all I can say is, get him, Chelsea. Get him. Get him. So we cut back to now Chelsea is meeting Michael for the showdown. And Chelsea let go on him, and let him know outright. And that's what she's supposed to do. Like, don't beat around the bush with these lames. Let them know what they are. Put them in their place, man. Ladies, that is what a lame sounds like. And if you're with a man like that, get away from that dude. Find you a real man. Stop messing with boys. So the whole point of that meeting essentially just boiled down to Michael showing up and pushing the envelope, the conversation in such a fashion that Chelsea will break up with him, just be disgusted with him and his attitude, and then and break up with him, and he gets away scot-free. And in his mind, he gets to tell himself, well, she broke up with me, I was loyal to her, and all of this stuff, as he did in his little soliloquy that you guys just heard. And that's what narcissists do. You guys got to witness narcissism, egoic narcissism, and that's what it looks like. The only thing that'll come out of that is toxicity. All my best friends were murderers in prison. I mean, I hate when dudes talk like that, man. It just sounds so lame. Dude, you were in prison for 5 years. 5 years. You went through 2 rolls of toilet paper, 1 tube of toothpaste, maybe a toothbrush. But I can't really tell because you got all that shit in front of your face. So get off the gas with this, I've been in prison for so long and all of this stuff, man. Stop lying to these people out there, man. No, Chelsea, he wanted to be in a fake relationship because he's too much of a coward to say to you in that moment, you know what, I just used you. I played you, I used you, or whatever. He ain't got nothing in him like that. You know what I mean? So it's not. It was a fake relationship for him to get gain off of it. But easy come, easy go, Chelsea. Always remember that. Kudos to Chelsea, man, for standing strong like a real woman should, and that's how all women should be. When you feel that you're being manipulated, used, anything like that, you have a right to stand up for yourself. So, kudos to Chelsea, man. Much love, much respect. So we cut back. Bryce, Alundra, family dinner. Bryce's family wanted to get together and get them a dinner, treat them to a dinner before the wedding, and just share love. Break bread together and induct Alundra into the family. So it was nice. You could still kind of feel a little bit of tension. I sense a little insincerity, but it was still nice. It was nice, and I'm happy for Bryce, man. Then we cut back to Dexter. An important scene, especially here in the finale, because again, these are issues that aren't discussed and that the general public doesn't understand or even know about. So here again, there was not enough information to give to Dexter. So what ended up happening was Yolanda ended up going back to prison, and of course we don't know why. And it was a letdown for Dexter, and he saw it again as a negative thing. What people fail to realize is the halfway houses are horrid. These are mental challenges that we have to go through in each step, each step of the process of coming home in the reentry process. The halfway houses are horrible. They're not trained staff. They're just locals, community civilians that go in and get a job at these halfway houses. They're paid probably minimum wage. There's no counseling in these halfway houses to deal with these individuals that are coming home. And the halfway houses are very, very, very petty. Very petty. And they're quick to send people back for the smallest of infractions. Even if you just rub one of these people the wrong way, they could have psychological issues themselves, and they'll just send people back to prison. A lot of people won't even go to the halfway houses. They'll refuse halfway houses and finish their time off inside because they don't even want to deal with that. And then the inmates have to go out and get jobs and then pay the halfway houses 10% of their checks, which we're not, $100 a week or whatever is probably all that we're getting. So the halfway houses are very tough psychologically to go through, and it's a hard transition from people to go from prison to halfway houses. So there are a lot of instances as to why Yolanda may have went back to prison. They're not all negative, so again, there's not enough information there for Dexter to really understand the scope of what he's dealing with. But Dexter does say, that he is going to keep that line of communication open, and he's there to talk to her to really find out, what's going on, what happened. So I do like that, and I like that about Dexter, that he does let that information come in. All right, man. So we get to the wedding day, man, and it's beautiful, man. I mean, what can you say? Shit is beautiful, man. Alondra looks beautiful. Bryce looks fly with his white on white on white. You know what I'm saying? Pimpin'. Bryce, I see you, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. And these are just kids, they're just kids trying to figure it out. And I pray for them, man. I wish them the best, man. Switch back to Dexter, right? Dexter gets the call from Yolanda. We find out what's going on. Yolanda said that she hurt her foot, and her case manager said that she can no longer stay in the halfway house because she's a liability for the halfway house. So they sent her back to prison to finish out her time. That is not a lie. And even to even get into halfway house, you have to have a clean bill of health. Because the halfway houses really aren't prepared to take anybody with medical issues. So again, that's a lot of pressure on inmates as well when they're getting ready to get home and they go through their medical exam or whatever, and something comes up, or they're out on the softball field and they get injured and it cuts them to their halfway house time. So these things happen. And it's like Dexter said, what can he do? He's on the outside, she's on the inside. These are issues that we as a community have to come together This is some of what my program is about. Some of my cominghomecoalition.com is about, is raising awareness of these situations and what it's doing to our returning citizens. Chelsea goes, gets Michael's name covered up with a tattoo, and she's pretty much cut ties with him. Thank God, man. Enough of this dude already. I was starting to worry we were going to see this cat in season 2. And that's it, man. We wrap it up. First season, man, that thing was a banger, man. I really enjoyed that, man. You know, I get sentimental with it, man, because I know all of these emotions. I've experienced them. I have good homeboys that went through a lot of what, we experienced through season 1. I've sat and talked to a lot of cats through a lot of these emotions that were shared, with America, man. And I really appreciate this show, and I really appreciate the awareness that it brought forth for the viewers. And hopefully a lot of the viewers will come and witness, these breakdowns so they can get a proper understanding of what we need to change in America. So in the end, we cut. It says Dexter and Yolanda are still talking. They're looking forward to meeting in person when she is released from prison. Issa graduated from college and is currently pursuing her master's degree in social work. Devin has been released from prison. He and Issa have no further contact. Hopefully Issa learns something to take into her social work. Chelsea is focusing on her prison matchmaking business and dating 2 guys, one in prison, one out of prison. Is that a cliffhanger? Once again, you guys, thank you for tuning in. This has been the Prisoner of Love, Season 1, Episodes 1 through 6 breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace and love to everybody. Awareness is key. Unity is a must. FreeMe TV. Please subscribe.